Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my 2023 reading goals. So I wrote some down, I think there's 8 here, and I thought I would share them with you. First one is read 250 books. So last year my goal was 200 and I read 265 books, and I'm really proud of that, to be honest, because I didn't think I'd even be able to do 200 because in 2021 I actually read 165, so I thought 200 would be a challenge, but I exceeded that and I'm really proud of that. So now my goal is 250 and we'll see if I'll be able to do that. But another thing I want to do this year is not pressure myself because of the goal, because for the past 2 years I've always been like, I need to read because I want to complete my goal, but I want to read because I want to read and not because of a goal. So that is also like another goal with that one. Okay, so my next goal is explore more genres. So I have mentioned this in some videos of mine, but I want to read more than romance because that's like the main thing I read, and I do read like a thriller every now and then, but I don't read many. My main genre is romance. I really want to get into fantasy because I do own some fantasy books that I do want to read and do sound really interesting. I just haven't got to them yet, so that is one thing that I actually want to do. I want to mainly get into more fantasy, read a bit more thrillers as well, because I want to explore a few more things, not just fantasy thrillers as well, like any other genre would be like good, because I want to read more and like I said, explore more genres. My next goal is give out harsher ratings. So I find when I have finished a book, I rate it straight away, and that isn't a good way of doing it. Or like if I think a book is like 2 stars, I'll give it a 3 just to because I'll try and think of like the positive things about the book where I did really think it was a 2-star. So at the moment I've read 2 books this year as I'm filming this, and I've rated them both 2 stars, and they were harsh ratings. Like for example, the first book I read this year was Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. I would have probably rated that 3 stars, but I rated it 2 because that is generally what I thought of it. I was shocked that I rated a Colleen Hoover book 2 stars, but that's what I thought of it, and I wasn't rating it because it was like my favourite author, or like I like the rest of the books, or I just want to be kind, so that is a big goal for me, is to give harsher ratings. Okay, the next one is to consistently have more read books than unread books on my physical TBR. So at the moment I do have quite a few unread books on my physical TBR, which is not very good. So I want to start having more read than unread, because then I don't have loads of books that are unread, and then I can just end up being like, you know what, I've read them all, which would be great. Like on my bookshelves now, most of them are read, which is good, but I do have some unread ones, which obviously I want to read at some point. I just haven't got around to it. So yeah, that is one of my goals. Next one is to read more physical books. So I have this very bad habit of, I will buy a book, but if I see it on Kindle Unlimited or on Kindle in general, then I will just read it there instead of using my physical copy that I brought. So that is like wasting money, because I obviously pay for Kindle Unlimited, but then I'm buying the book as well, so that is like spending so much money on just one book. So I want to, like, if I buy the physical copy, to read the physical copy, because then I'm not wasting money. So yeah, that's a big goal. Okay, my next goal is to DNF more books. So I have this very bad habit of, if I'm not enjoying a book, then I will just like push through it and like continue it, and it can take me months to read, but I always push through it even though I know I'm not liking it. So I want to DNF more books so that I can read more books that I know that I will enjoy, and so that I can enjoy my reading a lot more, because like I said, that's a very bad habit of mine, of just pushing through books when I am clearly not enjoying them. Okay, so the next goal is to read more books I'm scared of, like for example, non-fiction. So I read some non-fiction, like I did read some non-fiction last year, but I think it was like only 3 non-fiction books, to be honest. That's like off the top of my head. But I want to read more non-fiction than just fiction, because I read a lot of fiction. But I want to explore the non-fiction section of books more in 2023, because I feel like it might be fun, you know? Why not? I also want to explore more poetry. So I did read some poetry in 2022 as well, but I want to explore that a bit more as well, because I do really enjoy poetry books. Okay, and the last goal that I have written down is to focus on my YouTube channel a lot more. So, for example, like finding a good schedule, because I did find a schedule and I was posting every Wednesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. And then I decided to, you know what, I want to post more. So then I did a poll asking you guys if you wanted me to post 3 or 4 times a week, and I did that for a little while. And then I ended up just posting whenever I wanted to or whenever I could, which can be a bit excessive at times because I have a lot of free time on my hands. So I do want an actual like schedule that I can follow. It honestly, it might go back to the Wednesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. So you know, keep a lookout for that. But also, I find that I'm posting so much, but then I'm not always happy with the videos that I'm posting, because I'm doing quantity over quality, and I want to start doing quality over quantity. So that is another thing. I also want to try and get better at my thumbnails, because I do like some of the thumbnails I do, but I want to try and like switch it up and find my own like unique, like, what's it, design? No, way of doing it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, those are some of the things I want to get done with my YouTube channel as well. And you know what? You know, hopefully it'll be fine. I do reading vlogs quite a lot, and I'm going to continue with the reading vlogs. I love them. But I also want to try and do a few like book recommendation videos as well. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll be happy to do it. But yeah, so those are all my 2023 reading goals. Let's see if I complete them, and we'll find out, you know, at the end of the year. But I'm excited to challenge myself with these goals. So yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe if you want. It's free, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.